Hello everyone, Sebucky here and welcome back to Aska and welcome to the finale of the Gates of Helheim series. It feels really weird saying that, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm super sad to be leaving this save, but there is a new patch out today that has a metric ton of new content, including the new lake biome, which sadly does need a new map in order to generate. So I've been planning something that I think is going to be a really special and fitting send-off for this wonderfully chaotic Gates of Helheim series, and so for the past few in-game days I've been really busy with all the prep work. I've been leveling my melee and archery skills to 100 with the handy runestone boost, crafting a whole set of new weapons as well as making bombs. You know me, I love my bombs. Now with all the prep work done, we can finally embark on our final adventure in this series, the World Tour. So the idea for this finale is we're going to fight each of the main bosses one last time, each with a different weapon, and in a way that pays homage to one of my previous episodes. So, alright, enough stalling. This series has been an absolute blast to share with you guys, so let's go ahead and give it the send-off it deserves. Our first stop on the World Tour will be Halga the Relentless, the shipwreck wight, and we will be fighting him barehanded to pay homage to the hands-free Halga short. Okay, so with 100 melee skill, let's see how much we punch for. Oh wow, that's actually surprisingly good. So we can 4-shot the regular wights, that's gonna be handy. I love how the power attack sends them flying. Yes, feel my fists of fury. Look at them all, they've all come out to play, and I will punch the undead daylights out of every last one of them. And occasionally get the daylights punched out myself. Okay, here we go. I am so ready for this, but also I have no idea how this is going to turn out. All right, Halga, let's go. So he's going to charge. I need to dodge. Ooh, and I'm going to try and catch up to him as much as I can. Oh, so far we got him in a bit of a stun lock. Is this an accidental cheese have I just found? Again, pleasantly surprised. That's actually quite a bit of damage considering it's just my bare knuckles. Oh no! Oh, I deserve that. I'm probably really embarrassing him in front of everybody. Trying to mix it up, trying to be cinematic. There's a bit of a delay though when I run and charge. I can't get the second attack off. Oh no, he had to knock me down then. Now I'm embarrassed, Halga. Oh, he's not charging. I'm going to charge then. Ow, 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 ow. Oi, get back here. The power of my knuckles compels you. The power of my knuckles compels you. Bloody delay. Oh, we have a wight that slipped by and is attacking our fences. That's kind of annoying. That can be somebody else's problem. I'm almost done with this. Alright, it's the end game now, Halga. One of us is going down. That is the stupidest thing I think I've ever done in this game. Oh my gosh. That's brilliant. That was the perfect homage to hands-free Halga. This one instead being extra hands Halga or something. I don't know. Somebody else come up with a better pun. Okay, stop number 2 on the World Tour is Fenrir, where we will be paying homage to episode 2 and dancing with wolves using only the knife. So in episode 2, it was nighttime, it was winter, and I got attacked by a pack of wolves, and me being me, I decided to turn the UI off, crank the music up, and take them on with my club. Only my club broke halfway through and I had to use the stone knife instead. I barely had any health left at the end, but for the first time in a long time, my villagers and I actually ate well in this land without herbivores. So the closest active wolf den is up over by Birchroot, so let's go head on over there. A little pit stop for some fish soup. You know what? Today's update actually added the new outpost building, which is going to make outposts and satellite villages way easier and way more viable to build. So I'm definitely looking forward to having a bunch of smaller communities all feeding a main village in my next series. All right, we are here. Let's clear out the regular spawns first so we have less to deal with. And my biggest concern with Fenrir going into this will be when he reaches about half health and summons his other pack. That's going to be a bit tricky with just the knife. But you know what? I never said this was going to be easy. And to expand on that, I also never said it was going to work. The hit and roll is doing good work. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I thought I'd found a little sneaky attack. So he is getting close to half health. I'm going to lay off the attacks for a bit, get my stamina back so that when he does do his summoning animation, I can get as many good hits on him as I can. This is it. Let's go. Go, 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 go. No, that was not a long enough animation. Oh, I'm stunned again. Oh, and again. Oh my. This is exactly what I was worried about, is getting chain stunned by all these wolves. I do have a bunch of... Oh, come on. What on earth was that? Okay. Knife away. Let's have a little run. I'm going to try and spam as many garlics as I can. All right, knife again. Oh my gosh, his jump is eternal and it always hits. Look, that's my fist. Get my knife out, please. He's almost down. He's almost there. Let's see that bloody jump. He turns in midair, he slows down, and he comes down like an absolute missile. Trying to finish off the little guys. Oh my gosh, I cannot dodge that jump for the life of the hit. And another down. That's Fenrir. That one, that was honestly quite hard. Let me eat some garlic to counteract that bleed damage. Okay, 2 bosses down. I'm gonna head home. I'm going to lick my many wounds, and I'll see you in the morning. Our next stop is the Great Necromancer Skeletrol, still the best name ever. Our weapon of choice is the sword and board, not so much as a homage, but I do want to see if the shield blocks magic. That's actually, surprisingly, something I haven't even tried yet. So let's clear out these mobs and take on boss number 3 of the World Tour. Oh my goodness, that is way more damage than I was expecting. I have to slow down. And yes, you can block the magic attacks. That is good to know. I think I might do sword and board in my next run then. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. Oh, no, he's gone again. There he is. Couple hits in. Oh, we got to block this. Oh, well, you can't block giant explosions. And to be honest, in retrospect, why did I think you could? Another block. I like this. I like this weapon combo. You know what? Maybe this fight did pay homage to something from a previous episode. I can't remember what it was. I'll have to go back through and maybe add a comment. But a very, very long time ago, somebody commented that the one-handed and the shield is a perfectly great, amazing weapon combo. And I've always gravitated towards the two-handed because big weapon, big damage, better. But you know what? I'm kind of digging the sword and shield. I think that is definitely going to be my primary loadout in the next series. So thank you, whoever that was. I'll give you a shout out in the comments when I go back and find out who you are. Anyway, next stop, Jarl Banemann, Draugr Field. Okay, so for Jarl Banemann, we will be using the two-handed because honestly it's the last weapon left. So let's go ahead and smash up some of the mobs around and summon the big boy himself. Now I did that on purpose just to see how fast we could kill him. We basically killed him before he even knew what was going on. All right, let's go and do something a little more interesting. Okay, stop number 5 on the world tour is the newest addition to the monster roster, the Queen of the Crawlers, and I think you know how we're going to be doing this one. Of all the bosses so far though, this one took the most prep time because not only did I have to make 12 bombs, I also had to build a whole new mine since I already killed her in my main cave, and then I had to bloody spend 1 billion hours breaking down all the cave walls looking for the main cavern. But here we are, finally, and of course we are going to be using explosives. The crawlers and crawler eggs in the mine are the source of the explosive sacks, and with this boss being the queen of the crawlers, of course, we are going to use the tool of our enemy against them. Although, if it turns out she is immune to explosive damage, that would be hilarious. So let's just go ahead and set these out all over the place. I have no earthly idea where she spawned, you know, within the cave, but I am assuming it's kind of halfway between the two gore blocks. So yeah, I'm just going to dump all of these bombs here and hope for the best. Did I time it right? That'll never not be funny. We got a bit of a cave in there. Okay, we are back home again, and there's really just one last thing to do. So let us have our usual prep time, take a nap, get some energy, stock up, and then head on over to the Stone Yoten for the final showdown. While we fly over there, I've been wanting to do something a little corny, perhaps a little sappy, but this whole finale has been about honoring the Gates of Helheim series, so you know what? Why not be a little bit corny and just take a little look back at our journey? So for this fight, we will be using the bow and our iron arrows. And that is because we'll be paying homage to the Aska Alone series, my first ever series. It was a villager free playthrough, and that series culminated in the same fight. I took on the Stone Yoten with the bow and arrow, a little less geared and a lot less experienced. It was an absolute doozy. So yeah, that I feel is a very fitting way to close this series as well, to link the two of those together. My first ever series and this one. So with that said, there's nothing else for it. Let's go. Hello there, we are back, ready to build our stone Yoten temple, and yes, for any eagle-eyed viewers, I did have to extend this area. This temple is massive, the statue is absolutely massive. I've never seen anything quite this big, but we are ready to place it down and finish this series off in style. Oh my gosh, would you just look at the size of that. And there it is, the stone Yoten temple is complete and just in time as the sun is setting. So it is time to wrap up this series, and I don't think I could have planned it any better if I tried, because look, we have survived 100 days in Helheim, and even the game is telling us that today is the day. So let us bid farewell to the villagers. I've named Jarl, the hero of the first blood moon, the new chieftain, as I embark on a new adventure and a new series in the new Outposts and Lakes update. So thank you all so much for watching and joining me on this adventure. If you've enjoyed your time here, then please consider grabbing a sub, dropping a like, or leaving a comment, and I'll see you in the next series. Cheerio.